Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam? Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the walls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our heart was. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Happy birthday to America! 241 years, America is very old, but we got a long way to go, right? Because Trump's not going to take us down. We're going to keep going. So I want to thank all of you for coming here today. This is our only fundraiser of the year, so it really means a lot to have such a huge turnout. Last year we started catering, so every year this event gets a little bit better and better. But next year we want to make it even better.
I'm so very proud to see so many state and party leaders here this morning. This is a vision our members dreamed of so many years ago. I would ask myself, would Kern County ever matter to our state and party leaders? What will it actually take to finally make our elected officials pay attention? So we set out on a journey to not only build our membership, but also build our credibility and influence as well. BYD has come a long way in the past couple of years. We participated in a number of elections up and down the valley. Last year, not just locally, from securing the re-election of Rudy Salas and Leticia Perez here at home, to helping re-elect Dr. Joaquin Arambula in Fresno County, and to watching 3 of our very own members begin or continue their journey in public service. Myself in Wasco, Andre Gonzalez in the 2nd Ward in Bakersfield, and of course, Arvin's newest mayor, Jose Gurrola. Although we have celebrated many successes lately, there's much work to be done. We have 5 or 6 high school Young Democratic chapters forming now in Bakersfield schools, now that need to be organized and chartered through California Young Democrats. We have a high school board to lobby for early voter registration in classrooms. We have a local sheriff to resist. We have a president to resist. We have a community to reach out to. So I'm asking you to join us. Join us and help us get even more Young Democrats and progressives elected who are ready to shake up every city council, school board, water board, parks board, and Kern County. We have a voice as young people, and we deserve a seat at the table.
It is so good to be here with members of the local Democratic Party, members of the resistance and what I call Ground Zero here in Kern County. I want to thank the Young Democrats, thank everybody who's here, and remember to keep in our thoughts the veterans that are serving abroad, the ones that have come back home, and the ones that gave the ultimate sacrifice, so we can celebrate this holiday today. Yes. 4th of July is one of my most favorite holidays, not because it is the original Brexit, or one of the all-time best breakup letters sent to King George, but because we celebrate something very special. Over 200 years ago, women and men from all walks of life banded together to resist a tyrannical government and to profess those self-evident truths that all humans are created equal and that they have rights to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness that are unalienable. Now, what's also sometimes forgotten is the Declaration also says that we have a duty and a right to alter that government and to transform it in a way that affects our safety and happiness. So ever since then, our country has been a history of the expansion of rights, from the abolitionment of slavery to the expansion of suffrage to women, to the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, farm worker rights, and to the Supreme Court of the United States declaring that same-sex marriage is the law of the land. We have expanded rights to more and more people throughout our history. But at every single one of those moments, it was a where were you moment. And people from all across the country looked around and they said, we are not content with the world as it is, and we're going to have the courage to stand up, to take action, and to transform the government into what it could and should be. And today, we find ourselves in our very own "where were you" moment, where our kids and our grandkids years from now are going to ask us, where were you when President Trump attacked immigrants, our queer brothers and sisters, where him and his boys in Congress, Valadao and McCarthy, tried to take away our health care, and where he made a mockery of our democracy. We've got to ask ourselves, where were we? And I want to say I'm right here with you guys, fighting, resisting, and transforming our government. And so, and we have to remember that we are heirs of that first revolution, and we have to protest, we have to march, we have to resist, organize, and mobilize so we can create change in this government, so our government can continue the history of being an expansion of rights and expanding rights to more and more people. That includes the right to health care for everybody, not just a privileged few. That includes the right to clean air and clean water and to good paying jobs. And that includes the right to college for all and investing in early childhood education so we can close the achievement gap and shatter the school to prison pipeline. We can make this happen because every 2 years we have a revolutionary opportunity. They're called congressional elections. And we got to send people that truly represent us and our values and will represent us over politics. And we have two great candidates here today that we can send to Congress. Now I want to say that we do not need to throw our brown, our immigrant, our queer brothers and sisters under the bus so we can reach out to working class voters here in the Central Valley. What we need is an economic message that inspires, that speaks to the hopes, the dreams, and the aspirations of the people here in the Central Valley. Because the worries of the laid off 50-year-old middle-aged factory worker are not that much different than the fears of the millennial underemployed who works at Starbucks, lives at home, has a college degree, and a mountain of student loans to go with it. And so we need an inspiring message that brings people together and to create a future worth fighting for. And that's what the Democrats here today are to celebrate. The Democratic women of Kern always show up, they take action. The Kern County the Bakersfield Young Democrats, Kern County Democrats, and everybody here today, we got to celebrate this holiday, but remember that we've got to profess and continue the ideals that we celebrate today and make our country more just, more equal, and continue the tradition of fighting for liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much, y que Dios los bendiga. Thank you.
Our young Dems are such a great asset. They volunteer, they host gubernatorial candidates, explaining technology to us, which is really important, and show us things, which is great. They go pick up risers for Kamala so she can stand up and be heard. No laughs for that one. So Kamala could stand up and be heard. Thank you, Alex, who did that for us. They get the chair of the California Democratic Party to come, and I said eat pancakes, but actually eat breakfast with us. And then they also remind us that our future is bright here in Kern County. I have never seen, so many groups come together and for all of us to be so much on the same page. So it's really wonderful. So it's been an interesting 6 months, to say the least. It's been challenging and disappointing and frustrating and frightening. But it's also been energizing and encouraging, because I don't just see us anymore as Democrats or activists or fighting for the working man or union. I really see us all as patriots now. I honestly do. The definition of a patriot is a person who loves, supports, and defends his or her country in its interest with devotion. And we are devoted to this. We spend so many hours getting together and doing the work. A patriot believes in the principles of humanity, that they apply to not just one group of people, but to everybody. A patriot exercise the rights to openly challenge those they've elected to represent them, which we need to continue to do. And it's not easy, but we need to continue to do that. A patriot also helps register people to vote and educates them about the process, right? Yeah. Okay, you hear where I'm going with this. All right. A patriot calls and writes and faxes the Ways, House, and Means Committee about health care to let them know that even though our representative doesn't think this, that we all believe that health care is a right for everyone. Yeah. Thank you, everybody that did that. A patriot is somebody who marches proudly down the very hot streets of Bakersfield, even when it's hot, right? Even if it's unpopular, right? We do it because it's important. It's to defend the rights of all here in Bakersfield, in California, in the United States. A patriot spends hours folding, stuffing, and stamping tens of thousands of envelopes so we can keep our public libraries public. And you know who you are out there. Thank you very much. Yeah, all right. And I just want to finish with a thought here, that democracy is not easy. You know, it's messy. It's never been easy. And if we're doing it right, it probably won't be easy, but we need to continue to do it. It's going to be hard. I found an interesting thing on the internet. In 1852, Frederick Douglass, and by the way, he's passed on, he gave what was considered one of the, best 4th of July speeches ever. And he gave it to a group of women, the Ladies Anti-Slavery Society of Rochester, New York. And he really heralded the great strides that the country had made so far. He, talked about all the good things that were going on, but he also warned that freedom isn't easy and that everybody needed to keep working. Well, there's one interesting thing about that whole dynamic. It was a room full of people, the speaker, the people receiving the speech, that actually did not have the right to vote at that time. But they were there fighting, they persisted, and because of their efforts, we're all better off. And we're all going to be better off right now, and our future young Dems will be better off later, and those future ones, and Nicole's baby, hi, he's going to be better off if we keep persisting and we keep going. All right, so that being said, I want everybody to keep in mind the Kern Central Committee, Democratic Central Committee has a new website. It's kerndems.org. There's a lot of opportunities on there to be a patriot. Go to it and see. Specifically, if you could click on the voter engagement project and see if you could participate with us, that would be fantastic. I'm not going to say too much more about that, but I cannot think of a better way of being a patriot than going out, finding other Dems in your neighborhood, getting them energized, getting them to help you help people vote. Yes. That is the key. All right? Everybody say it. kerndems.org. kerndems.org. All right. Thank you so much.